Did you know that domestic violence is much more than just physical? It is a pattern of assaultive and coercive behaviors that may include sexual, emotional, psychological, verbal, and economic attacks that adults or adolescents use against their intimate partners to achieve compliance from or control and power over them. It is also known as domestic abuse, spousal abuse, battering, family violence, and intimate partner violence. This abuse is a result of an unhealthy relationship. It is an issue that is a national health concern. Many people do not like to talk about it because it is a sensitive and difficult topic. However, I'm going to make you aware of the fact that it happens very frequently and how to recognize the signs of an abusive relationship. 1 in 4 women are subjected to domestic violence. 85% of the victims are female, while 15% of the victims are male. Therefore, anyone can be subjected to this violence, but the majority of victims are definitely women. The people who commit the violence are known as the batterers. They are mostly male and can be found in everyone, even the least expected. For these men, the violence they induce on their partners is for gaining power and control over them. When a woman is battered, she is in a place of vulnerability. The men can see the behaviors of the women as an excuse to perform the violence. This makes it much easier for the responsibility of the actions to be taken off of the perpetrator and support their own violent behavior. Also, society today says that it is okay because we seem to live in a man's world, and because the males are the majority who perform this violence, it is sometimes excused. This often leads to the perpetrator having the mindset of thinking that the violence is okay because it works and stops the victim's behavior. They want to be in the position of having control over their partner and the whole relationship. All relationships have conflicts. However, some of them are solved in several different ways. Another reason for the abuse can come from jealousy. Jealousy in males stems from a perceived threat of loss of their sexual partner, and this is a main reason for millions of women each year being battered by their husbands. Many questions people want to ask victims of domestic violence are why do they stay, and after leaving, why do they even return? Many women in abusive relationships stay and return because they are hoping for a change and are probably being told that things will change and they will not be subjected to the violence anymore. As well, they fear isolation and expect that maybe if they stayed, things will get better. Also, there can be things hindering them from leaving, for instance, religious beliefs, love, children, and fears, as well as a lack of resources that the partner provides and not having any alternative options. Leaving is a hard process to go through, and it does not ensure the woman's safety from the batterer. Abuse in a relationship just turns into a cycle of violence when the victim does not leave their partner. There are 3 possible outcomes in an abusive relationship. Either the batterer stops the abuse and the violence against their partner, the victim leaves, or someone can even end up dying. The red flags to look for in a relationship with a significant other are emotional, verbal, isolating, controlling, threatening, sexual, and physical. Some signs of an unhealthy relationship are if a partner gets extremely jealous, is controlling or possessive, threatens to hurt the other, has ever grabbed, pushed, hit, or physically hurt the other, or blames the other for their own behavior. This is an important issue, and it is very significant to know that within a relationship you have the right to be treated with respect, the right to leave, to say no or disagree, and to live without fear of abuse. It is equally as important to realize that if you know anyone who is a victim, or if you yourself are a victim of this abuse, there are 24-hour hotlines to call and several women's resource centers to contact. No one needs to feel alone with this situation and feel like they cannot escape. There are people around everywhere willing to help.